And Joe and I seem to be in the spirit. Yes. Let me now punch it with the Lenten season. And it is here yet again. For Christians, it's a time for reflection and recollection, self and collective introspection, an audit of self and of self-conduct and one's relationship with God and fellow mankind. I therefore take the earliest opportunity to wish fellow Christians a solemn and fruitful Lenten season and a happy Easter at the culmination of this important journey. Yesterday, Pope Francis led the Catholic faithful in marking Ash Wednesday that ushers in the 40-day Lent period. And in his homily and subsequent write-ups, he outlined several ways of making this period of fasting, prayer, and being mindful of the less fortunate fruitful. It is not just fasting from food and other pleasures, but fasting from conduct, preferences, and behavior that holds us back. He proposed, and I quote, "Fast from hurting words and say kind words. Fast from sadness and be filled with gratitude. Fast from anger and be filled with patience. Fast from pessimism and be filled with hope. Fast from worries and have trust in God. Fast from complaints and contemplate simplicity. Fast from pressures and be prayerful. Fast from bitterness, fill your hearts with joy. Fast from selfishness and be compassionate. Fast from grudges and be reconciled. Fast from words, be silent and listen." Clever, yeah? Those guidelines look like a perfect prescription for our country as it grapples with the clamor for constitutional changes through BBI and a general election in 537 days. The rising political temperatures, spiking levels of intolerance, and highly divisive rhetoric are specific aspects we ought to individually and collectively place top on the list of things to fast from. It is also an opportunity to fast from greed and graft. Yesterday, we were treated to yet another circus at the National Assembly's Public Investments Committee, PISC, on the KEMSA COVID-19 controversy-ridden procurement. It was clearly a joke taken too far when Zubeda Nyamlondo Ngobi, a director at Azure Commercial Services that she co-owns with Fanis Adigo Onditi, told Parliament how she obtained a 347 million shillings tender to supply face masks. Yet her specialty was in supply of furniture. That she was considered and awarded a hefty tender without following due process or requisite experience confirms how convoluted the KEMSA procurement of COVID-19 items was. Sadly, the tenders that were being dished out recklessly will be paid for by you and me, the taxpayers, for items that are still holed up at the agency's warehouses many months later. But it's not just about KEMSA that remains unresolved. There is NYS1, NYS2, Ruaraka Land, and many more. Remember also the order by the President sending all procurement officers home? What really became of that promise? What about the lie detectors that were to arrive in the country? We have not even talked about the lifestyle audit that was to be led from the top. All these leave a bad taste in the mouths of Kenyans, especially in the midst of these hard economic times. So yet again, I throw a challenge at President Uhuru Kenyatta, my fellow Catholic. On this second day of Lenten season, make it your duty to push for conclusion of the KEMSA probe and all these scandals that have tainted your government. Demand for prosecution of the COVID millionaires and well-connected wheeler dealers, their political, family, religious, or social ties and status notwithstanding, or, as you would say, irregardless of their political or social standing. To save the country from more KEMSA COVID millionaires and related tragedies of our country, I have picked two short quotes for the head of state and our country's investigative agencies. Rashida Costa tells us that words are from the lips, actions are from the heart. But the best summary is from Benjamin Franklin. Well done is better than well said. Have a more action, less words Lenten season. That's my punchline.